Hello everyone and welcome to this week's Gold and Silver Club, presenting the Commodities Corner, presented by myself, Phil and Nik and the Gold and Silver Club. The live session today, we will be covering a review of the commodities markets this week. We'll be looking at how the markets have been performing post non-farm payroll. We go over our top trades of the week from last week. We'll look at live technical analysis and trading. We'll be identifying highly profitable trade setups, as well as looking at the week ahead. So the key events looking forward, and of course we'll be answering any questions you might have on today's call as well. So before we start, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me, of course, in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nik, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nik began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications. We've appeared frequently on financial TV. So that's just a quick bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club, guys. So let's just take a look at the gold price right now. We're currently trading at $1,253 an ounce. So we've got some quite interesting price action happening on gold since last week. Really stuck in a consolidation at the moment in gold and looking to break out of that either today or in the next couple of days. And we've got some interesting setups lining up on the softs at the moment as well, the agricultural commodities. So before we do so, look at the technicals. I'm just going to go into top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. So first of all, last week we called a nice sell short on Brent based off a weekly setup, nice full trade for the price to be lower once the price broke below the 109 level. We moved about 120 points. Very simple trade, just for a sell short for the price to close lower. We also had a corn trade, which very simply, again, broke through a major Fibonacci support level. And we traded for the price to be lower, selling at 464.00. We got a really nice move lower on that last week as well, just from the sectors. And copper, of course, we finally broke through that upward trending channel, came down next Fibonacci support. We've actually broken down lower again over the last week or so from non-farm payroll. We'll take a look at that. And very simply, an entry there at 3.120, sell trade for the price to be lower. So what we're going to look at is, of course, we'll look at the rise and fall type of trades on binary.com. So very simply, if you select rises, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly higher than the entry price. Now, if you select falls, you win the payout if the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. The trade only needs to finish 1 pip in your direction in order to win the entire payout. So very important for these type of trades. So with that, we'll just take a look at the technicals and see what is lining up today. Okay, what we do is just going to switch the screens round so you can see there we go, my commodities. Okay, fantastic. Right, I'm just going to take us into a bird's eye view of the markets for the time being, and we just see where the action really is unfolding at the moment, okay? So what I'll be looking at here for the time being, top left-hand corner, we've got the US dollar index. That's continuing to break out to the upside today. We've had quite a lot of big momentum to the upside on that just this morning. We are seeing gold has some interesting levels at the moment we'll take a look at. We'll look at that a little bit more closely. Coffee is good for a sell at the moment. We've got silver looks close to triggering for a sell as well. Wheat as well, good for a sell. We can take a look at that. Corn, getting a little bit of a bounce and retracement on corn. We're looking at at oil and WTI and Brent. We're getting a nice breakout, particularly of the weekly highs as well. We'll look at WTI in particular, and also natural gas breaking down at the moment, and copper finding a little bit of support at a key Fibonacci level this morning. So we'll take a look at these setups. So the first setup, which I'm going to highlight to you, is going to be coffee. Coffee, we actually broke down, just remove this. Actually, we'll look at the weekly as well. Nice V-shaped reversal pattern on the weekly. We've broken through a major level of support of 166 just yesterday. So we're taking out some major lows here at the moment. We've got a little bit of a retracement back to previous key level of support, 16596. Haven't broken above that. And I just see coffee tanking from here, really coming a lot lower. We've got the next key support here is at 160, below that 158, and we've got 149.45 just below that as well. So we've got room to fall quite a lot here on coffee. The predominant trend on coffee, the trend is your friend. Certainly on the softs at the moment, we can see we are very much in a downward trend on coffee. We're not really looking like we're going to break past that in the weekly or the daily. It's just looking very bearish. So I'm going to be taking a sell short here on the coffee market. Just go over to sectors. Very simply, we're going over to coffee index. And just going to see how many hours we can go out on this trade. Probably in the region of about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. Good. Okay, 4 hours, 11:45. Good. We'll go for $3,000 payout, $1,655.48 for a $3,000 payout for a 4-hour trade here. So I'm going to execute that. 81% payout. That's pretty decent. So just going to go for that for a sell short on coffee. Coffee's looking good at the moment for a sell short. Now, if we move across to, let's have a look. We've also got, let me bring it back again to our bird's eye view. There it is. Okay, WTI. WTI crude oil at the moment. You can see we actually broken through about 3 weeks worth of highs here. We've got above a major resistance level, which was 104.50. Now, oil does like these round numbers. Once it tends to break a key round number like this, we tend to see good momentum pick up to the upside. So the next key levels there, 105.20, 105.40, and the 106 level. So on WTI crude oil, I'm going to trade this because we see breakouts in Brent at the moment as well. I'm going to trade this through the crude index. And we'll see how far, it might be just 4 hours, see how far I can go out on this trade as well. Go out 4 hours. I'm looking for more momentum to the upside here. So we take a look at, we've got WTI crude oil, and we look at Brent crude oil is breaking out to the upside as well. WTI and Brent very bullish at the moment, looking good today, broken out above the last about 3 weeks worth of highs here, and ultimately we've not been this high on oil since the beginning of March. Okay, and we're getting a decent move higher. 104.50 is broken, so I'm looking very simply again for just the price to finish 1 pip higher on this. I'll go for the 81% return, so $2,204 risk for a $4,000 payout. So I'm just going to take that for a long, for a buy on crude index, which will give me exposure. That's been done, which will give me exposure to both Brent and crude oil. So you can see the overall momentum here. We're actually triggering above yesterday's highs here as well. We're breaking out to the upside. Should be for continued momentum to the upside. So it's looking good, certainly, on oil at the moment. US dollar index continuing to break higher here. Let's just have a look at that on the daily as well. Yeah, USD looking good. We'll take a look. Yeah, coffee looking good for a short. Now, on gold at the moment, we'll see which way this is going to break. Either a break really above the 1258 level in order for us to buy, or a break below 1240 for us to short at the moment on gold. So we're waiting on confirmation. We're continuing to consolidate. Very unusual for gold to have such slow or limited daily volatility, but we're coming to a decision point on gold really where it needs to either get a breakout to the upside and break above this consolidation, or we're going to break lower and break through major support. The overall trend is very much for a sell at the moment, similar to silver as well, but we'll see whether we get some bargain hunters around the 1240 level to 1257 level and see if we break out. If we break out, we've got a buy position, which we'll take. If we break below 1240, we'll take the sell position. If you look at silver, very similar situation here. If we get a break above 1920, we're looking to buy. A break below 1863, we're looking to sell. whilst we stay in the consolidation there, we're not looking to do too much until it does break out of these major levels. If we have a look at wheat actually looks good here for a sell short as well. We tested a major Fibonacci level yesterday at 626.28. We didn't actually break that level. The market then has since retracing come back down. So I do like wheat as well as coffee for a sell short here as we continue to maintain this overall downward trend. The only thing I would look at is if we do break above 626 on wheat, then I'm looking to reverse positions and go long. But whilst we stay under that level, I continue to like wheat for a sell short. So we just go again, we'll go to sectors and look at the agricultural sector. Okay, so I'm looking for an 81% payout on this. Again, I'm going to go for $2,207 risk, 81% payout for $4,000. It's pretty decent, 81% payout on that. So just need to finish one pip in my direction, in order for it to just confirm below 613.25. Okay, perfect. That's been done. Right, so let's take a look at corn. So corn getting a little bit of a bounce, but overall we're still below a lot of key moving averages on corn. Corn's got its work cut out for it at the moment in order to really get a big move higher here. We need to really clear above the 464 level on corn in order for it to start to put in a low here. So I prefer the wheat and the coffee sell short at the moment to corn. So we don't want to be too overexposed in all the agricultural markets. But yeah, corn at the moment still staying within this consolidation zone. We've been consolidating really. You can have a look here. Just between 460 down to 456. So I'll be looking for a break of either of these key levels in order to give us the next direction of the markets. Oil, as we discussed, looking for a continuation there on oil. Now, copper, let's take a look at copper. Copper's looking quite interesting at the moment, actually. We did get a precision setup yesterday, or a hammer setup here on copper yesterday. If we go into the 4 hour, and you just take a look at that, we can see we're starting to find a little bit of support here at this key Fibonacci level. Whilst this holds, and it looks like we're going to form another hammer on the daily here, I do like it. I like the fact that copper hasn't taken out yesterday's lows at 3.0109. If you take a look at market, for example, like platinum has broken out to the upside quite significantly in the last 24 hours. And we usually see that follow through into copper as well. So if you just look at the daily for platinum as well, you can see really nice solid move since we broke above yesterday's highs. On the weekly here, it's looking really good as well. So I like this for a buy on copper at the moment. So I'm going to go for that. So we're just going to go again into metals, go on to copper. Copper's getting a decent bounce here, better entry price as well, 3.0370. Go for 4 hours on that. A nice $2,000 payout. 81% payout. I mean, that's pretty decent on that as well. So copper, yeah, you can see it's coming up at the moment, 3.0380. I won't hang about too long. Get that trade done. Okay, perfect. That's been done. Yeah, copper looking good. Natural gas here as well. Just a nice pullback yesterday. Still got quite a strong upward trend here on the natural gas market. May get a retest of this 4.577 key resistance level here on the natural gas market. We'll see how it fares today. I would rather take on the energies at the moment, WTI and Brent representing the better trades currently. Okay, so copper looking good there. And let me just bring it back out to the bird's eye view. We'll just take a look. Coffee, I see the momentum continue to the downside. Gold at the moment, undecided. We're waiting on a breakout from consolidation. Silver, same situation, although we've got a massive downward trend on silver, just waiting for that really to confirm now. Wheat looks good for a sell at the moment. Corn, a bit of indecision there. We need it to break its consolidation. If we go over to WTI and Brent, both breaking out to the upside at the moment, breaking above last week's highs as well, and breaking out on the daily, both looking good for a buy currently. Copper getting a decent little, it's had a pullback, but it's still supported by yesterday's hammer there. So looking good for a buy on copper. Natural gas, awaiting further confirmation, see if we get a nice buy signal on that. And platinum, I'd look at the correlation through copper on that too. So that's really what we're seeing at the moment, guys, on today's Commodities Corner. You can see there's quite a lot to look at as we come into the US session. Never a dull moment on commodities. So with that, let's have a look at what the key news announcements are as we come into the rest of the week here. Right, so in the week ahead, we've got, tonight we've got a 2:30 m BST, 9:35 p.m. Eastern time. Actually, we've already had the Chinese PMI. This is at, next key news announcement is going to be Wednesday, the 11th of June, which is tomorrow for the US crude oil inventories. That's at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 m Eastern time. So that will definitely have an impact on US crude oil. That data reports a number of barrels crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory levels. So those reports are done on a weekly basis, and typically what you would expect to see in terms of inverse correlations, a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Apply that as well to the technicals. You want to marry those both together and then take a trade based off that information. So you don't want to just solely take a trade off one or just based purely off fundamentals. You need to marry that up with the technicals as well. And this Thursday, 12th of June, we've got the US retail sales. That will definitely have an impact on the US dollar index, affect gold and silver too. 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 m Eastern time. That data reports measures the change in the total value of sales at the retail level in the US. And it's an important indicator of consumer spending, also considered as a pace indicator for the US economy. Thursday, the 12th of June, we've got 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 m Eastern time. Of course, we've got the US natural gas storage inventories. The Energy Information Administration, they provide those nat gas storage reports measuring the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. So again, that has a very volatile impact on natural gas. Usually it's a very quick trade. You can be in and out of that within half an hour to an hour. It provides very good day trade opportunities. You want to let the announcement settle before getting into that trade. Have a look at the key news announcement and look at key levels which the market is bouncing off before entering into those positions. Friday, the 13th of June at 2:55 p.m. BST and 9:55 Eastern time, we have the US Michigan Consumer Sentiment. So that index rates the relative level of current and future economic conditions. There are two versions of that data released 2 weeks apart. You've got the preliminary and the revised. So the preliminary data tends to have a greater impact. That'll be this Friday. A higher than expected reading, again, should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish for US dollar. That's likely to have more impact again on gold and silver. Okay, so those are the key news announcements we need to watch this week for the commodities. Of course, if you would like to learn to trade commodities with the Gold and Silver Club, get exactly the same setup as us with all our charts, learn our commodity trading strategies, join our live trading room, join our community, and enlist on one of our workshops, you can very simply do so. Courses available at our training centres or online. You can contact us at either of our Hong Kong or Budapest, Johannesburg, New York or London office. I'll leave the numbers on the screen for you there. Or very simply just go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com to find out more. And do make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You get free weekly report on the precious metals, the energies, agriculture, as well as live market analysis and prices for the following week. So I know a lot of you do already subscribe to that, so do make sure, if you've not done so already, take advantage of that. Okay, good. So with that, guys, there's Tuesday today, so we've got quite a lot of key levels to look at for the commodities. So again, just to recap there, the oil's are one to watch for a breakout today. We're looking at potential sell shorts there they're looking good for sell shorts on the wheat and coffee markets at the moment. We're looking for copper for a potential long as well. So I can see a few of you jumped on this webinar a little bit later. So if you missed the webinar, you can always watch, to make sure you watch the recording as well from binary.com YouTube channel. Okay, all right, guys. Well, with that, we'll catch those of you who can make it. We've actually got, of course, we've got the Commodities Corner on Friday, but we've got a webinar dedicated this week on Thursday just to how to trade the copper market. That will be at 7 p.m. BST. You can find out more about that on the webinar section on binary.com. So we'll do a nice little training on how to trade copper, and we'll catch those of you who can make it for that webinar or on Friday's Commodities Corner as well. So good luck for the rest of the day's trading, guys, and we'll see you on the next one, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.